Well, in other news now, earlier this month, the Buffalo Diocese rolled out its recommendations to merge or close more than 70 worship sites as it seeks to right-size and reshape itself. Church families now have until mid-July to submit their own recommendations for the diocese to consider. News 4's Dylan Morello has an update on this process after hearing from both sides. Dylan.
Marley, all parish families across Western New York now have had the list of recommended closures or merges for the last 2 weeks. The diocese confirms with us tonight that no family has yet to request a meeting to change those recommendations. Still, parishioners are pushing back against the diocese.
We deserve a little bit more from a transparency perspective.
Over 70 worship sites in Western New York, including churches like St. Benedict's in Eggertsville, are trying to make sense of why they have been recommended to close. Nander Forgach is a parishioner at St. Benedict's. He says the church is vibrant, pays their bills, and has a miles-long waiting list to get into the attached school. He's wondering why, with all of those factors, the diocese is shuttering St. Benedict's.
We're seeing more and more parents and families starting to come into the school. We've seen our sacramental numbers go up because we have the school attached to the parish.
A school that is strong does not necessarily mean that it's an indicator of a strong parish. Those are two different things.
St. Benedict's School will remain open and expand into the church campus, but masses will be moved to St. Leo the Great on Sweet Home Road. The diocese cites geography to other less aging facilities and lack of mass attendance for this recommendation. Data obtained by News 4 shows since 2014, mass turnout has dropped by over 420 parishioners.
As of 2023, they reported 331 people attend Mass on the weekend there for 3 Masses. That's 110 people per Mass in a church that seats 900.
It's a two-way road. It's not just on the parishes to improve their evangelization, but it's also on the church as a whole to start looking at itself and really implement changes that would help bring people back into the Catholic faith and community.
Parishioners tell us greater transparency from the diocese is needed concerning the rationale behind the proposed closures.
This was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Like we feel like we're being taken granted of.
Church leaders assert that this is a reciprocal process, emphasizing that all the data utilized was supplied by the affected parishes, meaning everyone has access to the numbers.
The diocese has a statistical report that they send out to every parish that asks for sacrament numbers, and then their financial report every year. And on the back, they actually sign off that they've made the numbers accurate to what's happening in their parish community.
There are people here that are willing to do whatever it takes to keep this church and this community going and vibrant and alive. And it would be a shame to lose that, especially when you're trying to rebuild Catholicism.
Parish families and the churches that could potentially be closed or merged have until July 15th to make a counter-proposal, with the number of recommended closures needing to remain the same as the final list of closures is set to be finalized by September 1st, with mergers beginning in October. Reporting in the studio, Dylan Morello, News 4.